What's going on, guys? Here today to talk about a little defensive techniques, dodging punches, some people call it. But we're going to talk about slipping the punch, and it's a little bit different from a bob and weave. A bob and weave would be more I'll bob and then weave out. So we're going a little bit deeper in the bob and weave and having movements underneath, but I'm going to talk about a slip, just slipping left and right. Sometimes we just slip out of the way of punches. The reason we call them a slip is because the punch may graze off the head, they may graze off the shoulder, but we're just basically making them miss. All right, and there's no, after the bob, there's no weave or anything after this. We're talking about strictly slipping side to side. Slipping jabs, you can slip them inside or outside. You can slip crosses inside or outside of the punch. I prefer to do all my slips on the outside. Some of you may prefer to do them on the inside, which that's an option. But one of the things that we want to have is good balance. And if we're doing kickboxing, Muay Thai, MMA, or anything like that, we really have to be conscious of our head position, that we're not like dipping the head over or dipping the head way outside. One of the things that's going to do is going to get you hit. You're going to take knees, you're going to take elbows, punches to the back of the head. You're going to be off balance when your head gets too far out. The general rule is my head doesn't want to be outside of my knee. When my head becomes outside of the knee, I start to get off balance. It's hard to come back and correct and respond with any kind of strikes. I stick to the rule of anywhere outside of my hips, so my slips are a little bit tighter, or my head doesn't move outside of my hips. All right, so a good drill to do this is just to keep the hands. You can keep them up here at the temples, or you can keep them right here on the chin, more of a boxing style. But you're gonna be on your toes, your knees are gonna be bent. You wanna bend your knees. But when I'm bending, I'm using my hips, my lower back, and my knees to do my slipping. I'm not doing this right here and slipping over, because if I decide to punch, I'm way off balance when I go here. All right, so it's not just turning your head, because your head is going to weigh you down and your body mechanics aren't going to be able to respond with any type of powerful punch. I'm going to bend at my lower back. When I bend at my lower back, I'm using kind of like a clock or metronome, going back and forth. I also want to add the bend of my knees in here. That's going to help me keep balance. It's going to help me to where I can move around, move forwards or backwards, or switch my stances. So I've got to bend my knees, and I've got to bend at the hips, and I'm coming here and I'm able to move around and throw punches. All right, it's also my shoulders can move in and out along with the knees. All right, don't get too far over, because we get off balance. How do you know if you're off balance or if you're comfortable? Well, try this. If I go to the right, if I can't throw a punch that's comfortable, then I'm probably off balance. I'm probably in a bad spot. If I'm way out here and I have to work to throw that punch, I'm probably too far outside. So try this as a drill. We're just here, bending the knees and at the hips. We're going side to side. Bend the knees, stay here. After a while, start bringing the shoulders on around. Don't bring the head too far out. Bring the shoulders on around. It's going to help you slip. You can combine those movements, and then you get into a little bit more bob and weave movement. So try these, combine them together, and start dodging punches and countering.